This is my podcast. This is mine. Mine.
In progress.
All right, 2021 sucks. It's only been 6 days.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
New Year, new podcast.
And new me.
Yay. Is there anything new?
I'm in more debt.
Oh, same. Yay, New Year, let's go.
At least we're not dying from Corona. Oh, wait, it's still here. And we're still dying.
I don't even, dude, it's been so long since we've done a podcast. It's been like, what? I mean, it's not really that long, but it's been like 3 weeks, okay? So to not do a podcast for 3 weeks feels like forever. In
It
my
really
opinion.
does.
And I almost forgot how to talk for a second.
And we had to get through the holiday season. I won't lie, the holiday season was very stressful for me.
Wow.
I had a lot going on. Well, one Christmas was a flop almost for me. I was so late on getting everybody's gifts. I stressed myself out. And then I ended up getting good gifts. I finally got the gifts bought. Then New Year's came around. Fireworks are expensive.
Tell me about
They're
it.
so expensive. I almost bought the $200 pack. The 250, I think it was $250 pack. The one that's the big tall black one, but it's just filled with mortars. Almost bought that, but I didn't because I'm poor. And
Talk about this for like 5 minutes. Like, yeah, but I didn't get it. So
but
anyway.
then here's the thing: you think I spent enough money? Now my tag on my truck is out. Now my insurance is due. It's just all these. It's right here when the new year starts. All the bills hit you right at one time. And
Adulting.
this is what it's like to be an adult: is to never have money for yourself. And so it's put me on pause for almost everything because I'm having to catch up to the new year that just hit me in the face,
Right.
which still sucks.
Right in the face.
Right in the face.
So, what did you do for New Year's? You didn't do any like fireworks or anything?
Oh, we did. We shot some fireworks, but it kind of turned into a not a fireworks show, but more like a firework war.
Like other neighbors?
Oh, we actually had no. It's the whole family.
Damn.
We're just beating the fuck out of each other. I mean, it was me and a
I can
couple
do it
people. No, we were just hitting each other with them.
Oh,
We were shooting them at each other.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they had this thing at one of the shops. It was like you pay $2.50 and you get 144 bottle rockets. So I was like, that's decent. I'll buy it. So we did it. Probably wasn't a good idea because the first thing that happened is we lit one and aimed it at somebody and shot it off at them and it blew up right there. So now it turned into a war. Well, then one person walks in the house and closes the door and then lights a lot of stuff and then throws it out the door and then slams the door. So we're all stuck outside with it going everywhere, hitting us. And
Wait, did it actually hit anybody?
yeah, we were all getting hit.
Oh,
I got
bro.
hit in the leg and the butt. And then one person got hit in the foot.
Wait, did anybody like when they like with some fireworks like pop? Does it actually hit you when it pops?
Yeah, to me it popped on my leg and butt.
Dude, that probably didn't feel good.
I got hit a couple times, but they didn't blow up. But I got some of them pop. They hurt. There was one that it was so odd. It's a mortar. Basically, it's a thing that sits, and then you put the firework inside of it, and you light it, and it shoots up in the air, and then
Yeah.
makes a big explosion.
Yeah, I had one of those.
These were kind of faulty. They didn't go high enough. So when they exploded, all the shards went straight down and plummeted right into your eyeballs when you're looking up at the fireworks.
Oh,
you're
this
like,
looks nice.
You're like, it's going up. Boom. Oh, wow. Right in your eyes.
My eyes.
So legit, you're like, great. Like the next one. It was fun. It was fun, even though I went home sore the next day.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, but it was fun. Shooting fireworks was fun. Christmas was very laid back overall. Still at Christmas, not before. Buying gifts was the worst part.
But actual Christmas.
Actual Christmas was very laid back. I never thought I would like shooting fireworks until I just really never cared.
Right.
When I was a little kid, it was great.
Right.
But now I'm this age, and I was like, oh, fireworks, whatever. I guess I'll buy some. And when I bought them, I'm like, I want to go buy more.
Dude,
'Cause
same.
I was legit hurting people, and it felt good. I mean,
I don't know. I wish it was just cheaper. I mean, people know they're gonna buy them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to just like own a fireworks stand and actually see how much money I make.
you know they make good money.
They
Never
would
knew
have
that.
to.
Because I heard they buy all the fireworks for a portion of the price, and they like triple, quadruple the price, and that's what they make back.
Dude, it sounds like a good investment.
It really is. And I will say this, and no disrespect to the people who actually sell fireworks, but y'all are some crazy looking people. Because when I went to go buy the fireworks, there was this guy who had like shark teeth,
Bro,
and he was there telling me all about Minnesota.
there's really a lot of places like that.
Yeah, and this guy was like, "Yeah, back in Minnesota, it's great. This weather y'all have here ain't shit." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't come to talk about the weather."
Did you have like a pet rattlesnake or something?
No, this dude was weird. He was like cracked out. I think he had crack as his pet, and his mama was there too. He was like 30, and his mama was there, and she was cracked out too.
That's how they are. They gotta have like a weird pet with like, you know, buck teeth and then like a
He
cowboy
had
hat.
weird teeth, and like I thought he was blind.
He was looking this way. Yeah,
I thought
these
he
are good
was
firecrackers. You're right here.
like, no offense to blind people, but you know how they look at you weird. They're like, they're like that. That's how he was looking at me, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He can't see me, bitch. And he's like, "Oh, those fireworks are done." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Like, how do you looking, bro?
Because when he walks like a blind person, and he talks and looks like a blind person, because his eyes are like half closed. He's like this. He's not even Asian.
I was about to say, bro. Like, wait,
He's
you being
white.
racist here?
He's whiter than me, and he's like, yeah.
Wait, is he whiter than me? Because that's pretty white.
He's whiter than you. He's from Minnesota, and
Bro,
he talks funny.
Minnesota got some white people up in there.
Yeah, they don't call what do we call soft drinks? Well, we just really call them
Yeah,
soft drinks.
soda, pop.
I've never called it soda or pop. I've always called it soda or Coke.
Oh yeah, Coke too.
And
yeah.
I've heard people call it both. No, really, I've heard them call it soda. But people who call it pop, I have a genuine hate for.
I don't know who says pop. I know some
Idiots.
some
People
people
who-
do.
Well, okay, just
In some
because it
regions.
goes pop, 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 pop. It's called pop. No, it's soda. But I got way off topic. But
Yeah, fireworks.
Fireworks were phenomenal. Every year they get more and more expensive because I don't know if you remember, but like when we were kids, like the mortars they were like $20. The bottle rockets were like 50 cents.
Oh, they're
They
definitely
were like
getting
whatever.
more expensive.
Well, a mortar, the same mortar that I had already had from that one of the family members already had from past years or whatever. I went to the stand to go buy one because I didn't know they had one. $180 for the mortar and 5 shells.
Bro, that's
But
a lot.
you can spend $250 for a giant case that has like 60 mortars in it. But why would I need that many?
Dude, it's almost like life when you buy fireworks in a sense where you spend a lot of money for a good 15 seconds.
Really? You're right.
It's like, wow, that was great. All right, what next?
And you know, we do this podcast for free, so you're welcome. So we're not like fireworks.
Yeah.
We're not like fireworks. We don't blow up and fizzle. We're here.
We're just here.
So, and now, hey, I feel better about myself.
Hey, a little booster right there.
Yeah, we're not fireworks.
Keep progressing.
How'd yours go?
Well, kind of not as, getting shot with fireworks as you. But I guess you don't have animals, do you?
Well, currently we have cats.
Do they get scared with fireworks?
Oh, we have a dog too. I completely forgot we had a dog. Holy shit, we have a dog. I forgot.
Hey, how do you forget you had a
I
dog?
forgot we had a dog.
Was he just stay in a corner all day?
Okay, I'm sorry. That makes it's stupid, but we didn't shoot the fireworks at my house, but we did do something equally as intense at my house. That's almost like fireworks. So, before I get into that, what did your animals do?
No, I'm kind of curious about yours now. But all right, say mine real quick. No, I have a dog that hates me. Okay.
Yeah.
Every time, you've seen her. Every time she sees me, she turns away. And even sometimes I try to sneak around and pretend like I'm somebody else, and she gets excited. She sees my face, she turns right away. I don't know why I have this effect on dogs.
Yeah.
Hopefully not on women. But when I shot some fireworks, and she immediately got in the house, because she's scared. She doesn't like them because it's like, loud sounds. And I found her after I was through. I went in the house and I found her in the back corner, and she's like 9 years old, okay?
Yeah.
And she freaking peed everywhere.
Oh.
And I'm like literally scared the piss out of her. But I'm like, I didn't think that dog would do it. But yeah, so that's basically just scaring dogs.
Scaring dogs?
Yeah,
That's how you
was
do it.
mine.
And Vietnam veterans and
Yeah.
veterans from the Army. That you make them have
Flashbacks.
PTSD, Vietnam flashbacks. That's about it.
Yeah. Scaring dogs. And no, like you didn't have wars with your neighbors, but like since I had like children with me, they had to leave. I was starting a little bit early, so I was the first one doing it. And then right after I did it, I hear neighbors like over here they're doing it.
Yeah.
Back over here, you know, it's
They kind of followed in.
yeah. They're just like, oh shoot, we better get started. They already started already, and obviously they're a lot better than mine. Mine's like, dude, I spent like freaking like not much,
Not much.
and like mine was like, no, pop, 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 gone, and they're just like, I'm like, geez, bro, somebody went out. But yeah, I want to hear about your animal story.
Well, this was when we shot fireworks. It was at another relative's house, and they had a dog. But I actually don't know what because the dog kind of just wandered the property. He wasn't like in a cage or nothing. No idea where he went. No idea. But what the story I'm talking about
Watch
is
him out have like another family.
probably that's what he does. He just off somewhere. But
Is he actually really your dog?
he's not. This dog is another family member's dog. I don't really know. I hate him. He's kind of a dumbass, but when we're at my house, we had some relatives come over, and it was 2 guys, and we just were like, you know what, let's shoot some guns. So we went right in the backyard, and we were like, all right. So I thought we were just gonna get our pistols and shoot. No, I got my AR-15 and my brand new shotgun, and we unloaded. Me by myself probably unloaded about $200 something worth of rounds just out of the AR.
Jeez.
And
We use that for your fireworks?
yeah, we use that basically. And there was a dog in the backyard. That's why it reminded me because we had a bunch of cats out there. Like there's a bunch of stray cats that hang around and some other ones. They were gone. They just took off. The dog couldn't go nowhere. She's in a cage. I mean, she just had to sit there and watch. And we had a target of a man on the tree. So we legit just blew the hell out of a tree. And like I was putting like just bullets in the shotgun, blowing it away, clip after clip of the gun of the pistol, and then my AR I was just letting loose. And I know I had my AR, the other guy had his AR, and then I had my shotgun, and then we all shot my shotgun.
Sounds like America, man.
We all 3 had a pistol, so there was a lot of big guns coming into play.
Yeah.
And
what was this for again?
We were bored.
We
We were bored, so. Then we noticed people were, because like the road isn't too far away where we were shooting. People were slowing down with their windows down and they had their phones sticking out. And we're like, what's going on? It didn't hit me. We're in city limits. So immediately they were like just recording while they're going by. And I'm like, what are they doing? And then it hit me and I'm like, put the guns up.
Yeah, y'all can't do that.
No. We put the guns up and we were like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So we left.
They're definitely, probably the cops over there.
Yeah. So next time we shoot guns, we're not gonna do that again. Yeah. But it was fun.
I talked to somebody in Japan. They think they asked if I had a yeah, you don't like carry a gun, do you? Like they were asking if I did, and when I said I didn't, they said like they were so surprised that like not all they're like I thought all Americans carried guns.
Yeah.
And
it's like a religion.
Yeah, it's just like America and guns. Wait, American that doesn't have guns? They're like that meme where you just like you're trying to calculate like what's going on here. But no, like when you're talking about the fireworks guy that looks weird or whatever.
Yeah.
When I went to the one when I bought fireworks at, just to wrap up talk about fireworks whatever.
Yeah.
But when I went over there, you know how Corona is now, where it's I think it's so funny how the podcast we did, we were talking about masks, like should you wear masks, and how like it was like coming like new kind of thing, and now it's like we've gotten so used to it. At least I have. I don't know.
I'm pretty used to it, but it's weird. It's the smaller places I go to that once you wear a mask, but when you go to the bigger cities and stuff, they don't care.
Oh yeah,
it's not the opposite.
I mean, not to get into like propaganda stuff about big corporation stuff. I mean, they really don't care, but But no, I went to when I went to the fireworks place. Every store I'm going to, I'm wearing a mask. But then when I go in the fireworks, I still have a mask on, and nobody there is wearing a mask.
Oh, you don't get Corona in fireworks stands. You don't get that. It's just a known fact. You don't get it in fireworks stands.
Yeah. And apparently, you used to only get it at night.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. That's why they had the curfew because the coronavirus was sleeping at that time.
And the lockdown where you can't,
Yeah. So it was only in certain counties.
It's. Yeah,
and it couldn't cross borders. It couldn't cross the border into another county.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's just like Corona's like, it's the border. I can't. Sorry.
Yep. So also, this is something weird too. This happened today to me. I was at work, And I still talking about Corona. I just remembered we had a girl who had to leave because her husband got tested positive. So I started getting worried. I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. She came up negative. So now she's spent 10 days at home.
Quarantine.
So I'm like, could that happen to me, please? Because I want to go home for 10 days.
Right. But you can't get paid, though. Well, it depends on the job, I guess.
I don't know. They may, but I want to.
Yeah.
And I kind of think, and now this may be worrying, but I think I've already had the coronavirus. Because I got sick, really sick, for like a few days. Now it's fine. It was like a sinus infection, and that was it.
Dude, that would have been like interesting though. I mean, it would have been good that you had corona, but like it'd be like interesting is, you know, like we always do this podcast, but
Yeah.
like what if like the days like if you actually got corona, it was the days like we didn't hang out, and then just when you got over it was the day you came back, and like because I'm
That
like
sucked.
I mean, but you got rid of it though.
Yeah, I'm done. Like I'm not sick or nothing, but I remember I had it. The worst thing was my sinuses. Like it was just pressure, but it's just like if you have a stuffy nose.
So yeah, but some people, you know, obviously have it worse than others. Because my
Yeah.
sister had corona, and she got tested positive, but yeah, she had no
symptoms.
Yeah, no symptoms. Of
I
it.
had a stuffy nose, and I want to say I had it. I think so. And then like I sneezed, but I think it was basic. I mean, I couldn't really taste a lot, and I don't really think it was worth. I mean, I could have had coronavirus. I never got tested, never did anything, but I got sick and I still went to work. I didn't really care.
Hopefully nobody got
I
corona.
don't care. And if you're listening to this and you think I'm stupid for going to work when you think I have coronavirus, I'm not going to miss out on them dollar bills. Just saying. But
It's like, I think it was, I mean, obviously, you know, corona has done a lot of bad things, but you can think like, I can't really think of some topics, details about it
Yeah.
right now, but it's done some good things as well.
yeah.
If it's for like society or for like small things.
Yeah.
But another thing is about the taste losing. I mean, you can freaking eat anything.
Yeah, you ever seen those videos on TikTok of the guys getting
Yeah.
like lemon juice, drinking it, and they're like, "Oh, what?
Oh,
Man, I kind of that sounds bad. I kind of want it,
just to try it.
just to. I mean,
Corona.
yeah, I kind of want
Bro.
it, just to, you know, just be like, "Whoa, okay."
Then you're gonna have a very oversensitive people listening to this and be like, what? How dare you want
Faster you
this?
get it, faster you get over it.
Oh, that's
In the famous words of Dwight Schrute, we need another plague.
yeah. You know, that didn't even surprise me that he said that.
Neither.
That's a good show.
You know they took it off of Netflix.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I'm pissed because I was in the middle of it because I never finished it. Because okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy for not finishing it, but I got to the part where Michael Scott leaves and I stopped watching.
Oh, that's good then. That's when it ends. When it, you know,
Oh, you mean the rest isn't any good?
yeah, it's like and then the last episode, spoilers, Michael Scott comes back, and
I
that's
didn't
it.
miss much.
Yeah.
I got to that point and I wanted to watch the rest, but I was like, but Michael Scott kind of made it.
Yeah.
And this is so weird. After watching it the first time, watching it the very first time, I loved it, and I still do. But I had a very different opinion of Michael Scott when I watched it the second time. I was like, Michael Scott's a dick.
Dude, even like Jim, like people like always, you know, fantasize over Jim, all the
Yeah.
girls stuff, but like when they actually see how he was, I'm like, yo, he's
He's
kind of a dick too. Yeah.
He's like a lovable dick, but
Yeah.
yeah,
You love those dicks, man?
nah.
No, yeah, because I've seen even like TikToks and stuff too, where the people will break down who Jim was and said like, you know, like he never like supported like when that one time when Pam did an art show, he never showed up. Michael did,
Yeah.
you know, or like, you know, that's just like one little moment.
Yeah, you're right. Michael was really a good guy. Like he
Yeah.
also too.
There's so many quotes. I mean, I guess we're talking about the Office because we're so white. I mean,
Yeah.
but
He did too. I watched one episode. This made me think really highly of him. As whenever he got fired, and he had to leave and make his own company, I kind of saw to where he was freaking out, but he was also it was for him, but he was trying to help everybody. Like he was like, "Let me take you. Let me help you. I can try," and legit, he did it. He helped everybody in the end, and the people who did follow him, they got something out of it. And he came up with his word, and he tried. He even told everybody that he may not be the best boss in the world, but he had a lot of really good life quotes that were good. A lot of them were not.
I mean, I think it's silly when people like complain about like, oh, it's a fictional character. You know, I mean, you can learn a lot from fictional characters.
Yeah.
You know, and
Like Attack on Titan, and I mean, I don't know. We were actually having this talk the other day because me and my girlfriend were watching Coco. She had never seen it.
It's a cartoon.
It's a Disney movie.
Okay.
Okay, it's not real, but everything teaches a lesson. And we were laughing because Coco teaches children not to follow in their parents' footsteps or not follow tradition, to make their own. Kind of good and kind of bad in a way. I mean, it teaches kids to be independent, but it also kind of teaches them to be disrespectful. But like, if you watch anime has a lot. Like, what is it? Attack on Titan. Never give up.
Right.
Even whenever you're at your darkest moment, never ever give up.
Oh, I think the biggest never give up anime is Naruto. I don't know if you never watched Naruto.
No, I never watched. I like it, but I never watched it.
I mean, he was always big about that, never give up, but then
Yeah.
he became the freaking leader of the village. Oh, spoiler.
Who was the one character that if you called him chicken, he always was like, "You don't call me chicken."
Oh, that was the guy from Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's
You
a
don't
good
call
one.
me chicken.
Yeah, that's another
I forgot
one.
his name.
He was to me that was a lesson because I watched all the Back to the Futures recently, and no matter what, he never backed down. He always proved himself every time.
You just saying that line, no matter what, reminds me of that the old Yu-Gi-Oh song they did back when we were kids. Like, no matter what.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Dang, and
man.
everything has a lesson. If you think about it,
yeah.
everything has a lesson. That's why you're completely right. If it's a fictional character, you can still learn something.
Right.
Because I mean, there was somebody.
A good writer, when a good writer lets the characters basically just go off. Like, obviously the writer, he's the one,
Right.
or she's the one writing it. But, like, for instance, Tagashi on Hunter x Hunter, he just lets the characters go. He has the baseline, who they are, what they do, and he just lets them go. That's why he lets Hisoka. That's why, like, he said one time he didn't let the characters go off do what they did is, one time in the manga when he's like, he made this happen. But those, I think, are really good writers. Is where they just like let the characters. That's why it seems more genuine and
Make a
real,
person out of the character.
basically, and that's why people can learn a lot.
I like that a lot, and I know
But
maybe they are fictional characters. The things they do are fictional,
right,
but you can take that and cohere it into your own life of I'm never going to give up even whenever it's the darkest. Because, I mean, you have to look. We're in coronavirus right now. We may not be being attacked by titans, but we're pretty close to us fighting our own kind.
oh yeah, dude. I mean, people are referencing what's happening now to these days, especially in America. It's like Attack on Titan. You know, somebody even made a meme about something that went on today. I don't want to get into political, but somebody just made a meme about like they just put the new intro of the Attack on Titan opening. Because it's like just people going to war, and it was just like they're like United States, and I'm just like, well. But I mean, when you talk about Office going off like Netflix, though, that's the one thing I don't like about streaming services. I mean, you can't help it because contracts end up, licenses, but that happens to a lot of streaming services. And
I canceled one of mine. I canceled Hulu. Quick, I had it for like a month and 2 months, and I canceled it. Yeah, because I watched what I needed to. Oh yeah, nothing was good on there, and they took all the good stuff off, so I just stopped. So whenever you put good stuff on there, I'll start paying you again.
I think the only streaming service that's always good to have is Netflix. And even then, sometimes I won't have anything to really watch.
I've noticed Hulu they have a lot of deals to where if you wait at certain times of the year, you can get it.
Yeah. They need to freaking put downloaded content. They have nothing. I went on the app. You can't download shows on there.
I downloaded Attack on Titan.
Like, on
downloaded.
the app? Dude.
Yeah. I downloaded all of Attack on Titan. Like all that
Hulu.
one season. Yeah. One whole season I downloaded.
Bro, I don't have it on my phone, bro.
I did. I downloaded I was on the part where Levi is fighting the guy who raised him. I forget his name.
You don't want to put any spoilers. People have watched Attack on Titan.
That part is old.
Well, still, some people might not watch it.
Oh, spoiler alert. No, I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to be a Nathan.
It's 2021, bro. You still bring it. Oh, man. People that don't know, he got spoiled on Attack on Titan. But now you're watching the new season.
I haven't started it.
You haven't started
I
yet?
actually have been restraining myself.
Good, because the next episode, I'm not spoiling, so you can still watch and listen, but the next episode is when everything goes down. So this is the good spot. The next episode when it comes out, that's a good time.
See,
to
I've
start
been
watching
waiting
it.
on this for confirmation to when to start. And I'm going to wait until next week to start. Because I should be starting it and getting to that new episode all around the same time.
Dude, that's awesome. Because you're going to be like, if you don't know already, you're going to be like confused watching it. Because a lot of people that watched it were just like, what is going on?
And I'm glad I can't remember a lot about what was spoiled. But I'm glad I can remember. I'm glad I can't remember any of it because, like, I know I was told things that are going to happen and will happen, but I can't recollect them. Yeah. I can't remember, and I'm glad so that I can watch it full-heartedly, like, in the mystery.
We still got to do that episode. Maybe when that episode comes out, we should do an Attack on Titan episode sometime in the future.
How many episodes are out right now?
4.
4, so it'll be 5 the next time.
Yeah,
we could do it. We could do a podcast on every 5 episodes.
Oh, that'd be good.
So that how many episodes are going to be out in this season?
Not officially confirmed, but it's speculating 16.
16.
So we'll see.
Close enough. 5, 10, 15. That'd be 3 podcasts based on Attack on Titan.
But did you hear that it was announced recently that the manga is officially ending in April?
Wow.
And the final volume comes out in June, so it's going to be done after 11 years. If I get spoiled, I'm coming to your house and I'm killing you. Don't take that. I'm gonna slap you in the face and take your money and your cookies. But because that's like the one thing I do not want to be spoiled on.
I don't either.
That's like I could be spoiled on. I usually get spoiled on shows.
You know how fragile that is. You have the internet right in front of you, and you can look at whatever you want. But at any moment, somebody can be like, "I'm just gonna screw over everybody."
Dude, that's why I'm afraid. Like, I didn't want to tweet about it. Hopefully, they don't see this. I mean, they might. But like, when I tweet it, like, I don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah.
Knowing somebody, they'll be like, "Hey, check this out. This panel."
And you're like, "Oh, okay." Click spoiler. Dang it.
That's how we used to do with Nathan. You're just like,
remember that day that he did spoil me, and you were like, "Hey, I got something to wind him up," and then we just like exploded his Snapchat with
kept
all
sending
of
him pictures of the new spoilers of the new chapter.
I felt bad because it was karma. I felt really bad, but. He legit, like, if this was his phone, he was like,
yeah, he would immediately just close out before he looking at it.
Yeah, and then we got to a point where we kept sending. He's like, I'm not ever gonna open it.
Just blocks us.
Ever. He blocked it. No. He blocked the whole. It was our group chat. He blocked the whole thing.
Dude,
and then we started sending on the personal.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, but that's one time too, because that's the bad thing is when you try to look for news, there's gonna be leaks. Yeah. Therefore, you will see spoilers. And one time I was doing that, and I was following a Attack on Titan leak, whatever account, and I saw this one spoiler. I won't say what happened, but it was this big thing in Attack on Titan, and I'm just like,
dang.
Okay. And here's the thing, dude. It just ruins it, man. Like, that's why I like when Chainsaw Man's now going to a digital platform where it can't be spoiled unless if you hack into their freaking website. That's the only way. So, unlikely to happen. Therefore, you won't have much spoil. And Chainsaw Man is a good story to read and watch when you're not spoiled. Okay?
I really want to watch Chainsaw Man, but it just reminded me of something. Have you ever watched like I guess it'd be the equivalent of Attack on Titan whenever you showed it to me, because you basically brought me back to Attack on Titan, because I had watched it before, but I wasn't really like Attack on Titan. Then me and you and Nathan watched it again. Let's just cut it. You know what? Let's redo that. I don't want to say Nathan because we don't like him. So this
I
whole
got
part
nothing with Nathan, bro. It's just
so me, you, and this other guy, we were watching it and it got into it. But have you ever watched something like that and then you're like, I gotta show this to people, and then they watch it and they're like,
dude, that will let me down
like,
so much, man.
You're like, what?
Oh, all the time.
Hold on, how do you not? And then what really ticks me off is when you're showing somebody something, and like you're like, hey, watch this anime or watch this movie, and then the first 5 minutes are like, oh, that person dies, don't they? And you're like,
dude, that's the word. Okay, anybody like that, you're just like, we're not friends anymore. We're done. This
is where I got ticked off, because I still to this day don't know if it's the truth or a lie. It could be a spoiler alert. Could be a spoiler alert.
We mess with you?
I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh, this is great. Oh, Levi, I love Levi. Yeah, Levi dies in the next photo. And I'm like, he dies in the next episode? And they're like, nah, we're just joking. Or am I?
Yeah, now you're just like, you don't know.
And then still to this day, I know it may possibly happen.
You're gonna be on like, you're like, that's it. Wait, no.
On the episode that he dies, if he does, I will do something rash. I don't know what it is yet. but I'll do
Well,
something.
you'll find out.
I'll find out whenever it happens. Depends on how bad
See,
it is.
that's what reminds me of when I talked about like with Gojo, like if he died, and I remember in the podcast you're just like, what?
I'm gonna name my son
Gojo
after Levi.
Levi,
I'm gonna name my child after Levi, and I'm gonna name another one Gojo after me.
Dude,
because
those would be like some sick names, man. Like, yo, what's up, Levi? He's over here
Levi.
just like, chop me into pieces. I'm like, I'm not a Titan.
that's cool because I'm Logo, and my kid would be Gojo.
Bro, that's sick.
Logo Gojo.
Yo. Oh.
Logo Gojo.
You make your own podcast with your son?
Yeah, it'd be the Ogos.
Okay.
The Ogo podcast.
Ugu. Okay.
Talk.
No, but I want to figure out how to get to talk about sneaking out because
Sneaking out.
yeah, you ever sneaking out?
Oh yeah,
but I want to
I got you.
transition to
I
that,
got you.
know?
I
Okay.
got you. So whenever y'all introduced me to Attack on Titan, I remember we had sat and watched it, and we had watched episode after episode after episode, and we were like, heck yeah, and I was into it. But at the time, I was into it because y'all had already seen it, and I can remember I was so into it, I never noticed that you sneaked out.
How do you come up with this stuff, man?
Dude, off the noggin. Oh,
it's back. Like, I
and
can't.
it's true. It's true. In the middle of my prime of watching Attack on Titan, I look back and he's gone.
Okay, sorry for laughing so freaking hard. I just no. Yeah, I snuck out. I want to say okay. I want to say everything, but
It was for a good reason.
yeah, it's for well. All right.
It was for a good reason.
So yeah, basically, I was dating the guy's sister, and I went to go sneak out to go see her.
And legit, we both of us at the same time turned and we're like, Jake.
yeah.
And legit, we didn't know, and we're like, guess we'll just keep watching Attack on Titan.
No, because like because the only thing I did was like I was just like casual because I was like texting or whatever, and all I said was just like I'm going out to get my charger, and you're like, all right,
And then 2 hours later, we're like, where the heck did he go?
It wasn't 2 hours, but
It was about 30, 45 minutes.
it was-
We're like, his car's right outside.
yeah, he hasn't left. Like, what happened to him? I remember seeing y'all both come out of the house. I'm like, oh frick, like.
And we didn't even care. We didn't even care that you were gone. We were just like, do we need to wait? Do we need to? We didn't know. We just waited for you to come back.
I thought it was so funny. Yeah, y'all were like, y'all were hiding behind my car when I came back.
Yeah.
I couldn't hide it. I can't lie. I can't say anything. So I'm just casually walking back.
It's that walk of shame where you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, what
I've
they
been caught.
know.
They
They know
know.
what I did, so I'm just gonna act like it's okay.
Walk inside.
Yeah, guys, I was sneaking out,
You caught me.
and legit, we couldn't say nothing because you were like, yeah, I snuck out. We're like, oh, okay, he agreed to it, so I guess we can't really say.
Yeah. It's like, all right, go back to watch Attack on Titan.
Because legit, we all looked at each other and we were like, well, we all would have done that too.
We all know. All
We
right.
we all would do that.
Have you ever like snuck out when you were in high school or anytime when you were younger?
Well, I wish I could have. I wanted to sneak out all the time. I never did. I got kicked out a lot. So I guess does that count?
I mean, kinda.
I got kicked out and I would just walk and just find somewhere to stay, a random shack or something to stay in.
You never like fantasize though, like about like you always see those movies where they teenagers jump out the window, go to parties and stuff.
Bro, I wanted to do that. I always wanted to. And there's been like times where I would sneak out, but I wouldn't go nowhere. I'd sneak out and go do something out in the woods or whatever and then come back. Like we lived out in the country. So I'd go into the woods and like just, break something or I'd sneak to my neighbor's property and like do something, which really, in reality, it was like 200 feet.
So it didn't really feel like sneaking out.
No, I never really, because I was still considered on my property.
Right.
So
See, I've done like a lot of like where I live in the country, and when I like usually I used to leave like a lot, but I would never call it sneaking out. I would like just go to the store,
just walk out.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I didn't even really have to ever go out the window. I could just walk out my front door, and nobody. I wouldn't think anything of it. And then the times when it actually was sneaking out, that's when I'd be like, And then I wanted to be like in the movies, so where like I was in high school, so my friends like came up, and I could have just walked out the door, but I had to be freaking over dramatic. And my freaking room was like way like a lot farther from the road where it would have been easy just going through the front door. But I'm way back here in the house, and I'm over here jumping out my window, and it's like a 6-foot drop.
Gosh.
So I'm over here just like, being all like, trying to dramatic be in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I jump out the freaking window. I'm sticking out. And I just had to jump over a fence and run all the way back into the front yard. And that's when I like was sneaking out at that time. Like, okay. I did get caught. But I snuck out a lot more where I did not. But there was one time where I did get caught. Yeah. And it was I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, when you get caught, it's like
you don't know what to do. You're just like, dang it, that's it. I mean, there's nothing you can say.
And usually, like, what would you rather do? Would you rather get yelled at or would you rather just have like your parents be like, "I'm disappointed in you"?
I would much rather them tell me they're disappointed in me.
Really? I would rather have them yell at me and get mad.
Because my parents were always disappointed in me. Oh. But here's the thing. They hated me. So they would have been like, I would have much rather them just go ahead and get it over with and me go to my room and go to sleep anyway. So that
it's like, can we get this done already?
My parents were the type to where if I did something wrong, they scream at you for like 3 days straight. It'd be like they would scream at you, and then about 4 o'clock in the morning, they let you go to sleep for like 2 hours, and they wake up, and you get your ass up, and you get yelled at some more, and they make you do stupid chores that no human has ever done. Like, I want you to go fucking clean the gutter with your fingernails. I want you to fucking dig a hole with your...
Cut the grass with your teeth.
That's how my parents were. So I would have much rather been like, hey, I'm disappointed, and then maybe like,
you're like, deuces.
See you later. I almost said I almost said a word I wasn't supposed to say.
I feel like you'd be good in the military because you'd be so used to like do the chore, 2 hours of sleep. You'd be like, all right, whatever.
I'm so used to. I did actually sign up. I signed up to join the Marines.
Dude, I did too. Accidentally.
I went.
Oh, you went?
I went. I went to like it's not basics, but it's like this. I guess it was like a weird. I don't even know if it was a real thing. I just know that my recruiter made me go to a thing, and I had to work out, and he had to test my like physique and everything.
It's a guy over here just like testing out how you are, touching your body, and you're like, I don't even know if this is the real thing.
This guy's a licensed.
I mean, it seems legit. Maybe hold on, he's got to touch me in places. Isn't
yeah, I mean, they did do a lot of weird things to me when I went to the doctor, and he was there, and they had to like
when they do the physical, man.
Oh, they did a lot more than that. They had to put a finger up my butt, man. It was sucked. They had to make sure I didn't have like
exam?
Yeah, man, it sucked.
This is legit. This is my car to be like a freaking library card.
And it was weird, but I mean, I did sign up, and I was ready to go. I just didn't go through with it because they had promised me one thing, and I didn't get it. So I was like, if y'all can't promise me what you already did, then I'm gonna walk away. But no hate to the military. It's just they didn't give me what I wanted.
Yeah, mine when I when I accidentally was like not recruited, but I joined because I was in college and I was doing film, and they had this like thing going on where they have at my campus where they had recreational kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like jumping up and I don't know. They had a lot of stuff. I don't know the English. I'm not
is it like a JORTC or whatever?
I don't know what that is, but it's like they have like not really like they have like slides, like maybe a trampoline or like little hacky sacks they throw in, do like some little games, and they got popcorn, little snacks and stuff, and then these places where you can sign up for these things. Yeah. And this guy came up and asked me and wanted to recruit me, and I'm like, well, I'm not really into that, like I mean, I appreciate what y'all do, but I'm like, it's not me.
Yeah.
I would get killed like the first day.
Yeah.
But and then he's like, what are you going for? I'm like, I'm going to film. I'm like, oh, we like do commercials and stuff,
Yeah, that's how they tried to get me too. Is I was telling them everything I wanted to be, and they're like, we're gonna pay for everything,
right?
Dude. And then when you do this, we're gonna pay for this. And then whenever I got there, they were like, we're not.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can pay for this, but you pay 85% of it. I'm like, 85%? That's like $30,000.
Can't trust anybody, man.
No, but he was he was cool, but he was also a jerk a little bit. But oh well. But speaking of sneaking out and stuff
I didn't finish my story.
Yeah, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say when I went out that day when I did get snuck out.
Your parents just look at you and be like, we're disappointed.
Well, like when it was kind of stupid on both our parts. The guy I was sneaking out with what was it? Oh yeah, because we had snuck out the night before, and basically it was just like me bored. I went to go. I picked up one of my friends. Then I went to go pick up another friend. They're like, yo, let's go pick up this other friend. And I'm in my freaking mom's minivan driving around 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's the best when you had to. I know it's like back whenever you're a teenager, you think minivans are so stupid. Today, I kind of wish I had a minivan.
Bro, they're the best. But I even said this too. It's like that's why they always love hanging out with me because like, oh, you got a freaking minivan.
Everybody get in. Everybody can fit.
But then I asked them the question. I'm like, okay, what if you're the one that owned the minivan? They're like, I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. You know, I'm like, I've just got to sacrifice.
Yeah. But you picked up everybody in the minivan?
Yeah, but you know, that was, we all like hung out, went home, and you know, went back went home, and the next day, he's, you know, my friend's like, yo, let's sneak out again. And this might have been the same night. I think it might have been a different night.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, different time. But either way, I told him like to not like come all the way down to my house because my dog started barking.
Yeah.
Should have done that in the first place. But he came down. He had his brights on, and he just stopped midway. And I didn't realize my cousin was over there. He was the only one staying over there. And let's say my cousin is American. He has a lot of guns. So I ran all the way up the road to get into what you.
I forgot. I screwed it all the way back there. What were you saying?
No, but I ran all the way up the road to get into my friend's truck. And he had his brights on, like anybody could tell, like somebody was there. Dumb. And I get in, and we're driving away, and then I didn't hear it, but my friend heard like a gunshot, and he's like, "You hear that?" I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Just keep driving." I'm like, "I don't know." And we go and pick up the other friend of mine, and we're all like chilling. And then I get a phone call, and it's like, "Dad," and I'm like,
"Dang."
Like I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, "Bro, is this really happening?"
Where time stands still, and you're like, "What do I do?"
I did. I'm like, "Should I answer?" Like my friend's like, "Answer it," or like, "Don't answer." I think he said, "Don't answer it," and I'm just like, I got it. Like, and I didn't answer the first time. It calls back, and I do, and that's when you know, it wasn't like get home now, I dare you get out. It was just like he was like worried about me and stuff, and I'm like, I felt bad. Like the friends I hung out with, they were just like, they'd rather have somebody, you know, yell at, be like oh, they're like, oh, at least he's not mad or something like that. I'm like, this is worse. You don't understand. Like I'm like, I'm not that bad of a kid.
He's being really heartfelt. And he's like, hey man, I'm disappointed. Yeah. But I wish, and that's the thing is my parents. I wish my parents were like that, to where they could be one on one. They're like, I was just worried. My parents were like, if I didn't agree to it, you're a jackass. My parents were like, how do I explain this? If I would have snuck out to go do something I wanted, my mom would turn it around and be like, well, in that time you were sneaking out, you could have been studying for that fucking test.
I know people like that.
And then it's always something, but I could see, now that I'm older, like, if my kids were to go do something like that, sneak out, I'd call and be like, hey man, come on. You could just tell me what you're doing. Just let me know, and we can make it work.
I think it's just that cliche teenage age.
That adrenaline of just like, sneaking out.
Yeah, because now, like, dude, you don't have that anymore. Like, if you're other parents, you're like, sneaking out. Oh,
dude, wait. Sneaking out of your own, like me, I live at home, and when I sneak out, it's like walking out the front door, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to go spend money on gas to drive. So I guess I'll walk back inside and go to sleep.
And nothing's really open, but I mean, it's definitely that adrenaline, and it's more fun as a teenager.
And I mean, now I'm old enough to drink. I can go buy my alcohol.
Yeah, it's like, man, you really have no fun anymore. Like, what are you doing?
Man, I can do whatever I want, and that's the thing is now I have this ocean to swim in of things I can do, and it's very limited of what I want.
Yeah, but it's great at first when you finally have that. Like when you go to college. That's why college is the best, because you know you can finally do it. Yeah, but then it's not. That's why it's good to have restriction. You know, and that's why it's always good to like celebrate. Only like if you want to drink, like only drink like when you celebrate. You know, when you like to do something.
And that's how I am. Look forward to something. If I'm doing something, like if everybody's drinking, so I may have like a few or one or two, and to celebrate, of course, and. But, like, I'm not the kind of guy to be like, all right, it's Monday. It's time to start drinking. Oh, it's Tuesday.
9 o'clock in the morning. Let's go.
I can't do that. I mean, that's just
wasting. Would you drink with other guys as, like, because, you know, as an adult, you don't have really much. I mean, you have a lot to do now. Yeah. But how can I word this? It's like, you know how a lot of adults now, they like to find any entertainment into something, they always have alcohol.
Yeah.
So would you be like that? Like let's say you don't like fishing, but to go and like, you know, hang out with your pals and bring alcohol. That's I know a lot of adults are like that.
To me, I kind of have a specific thing with alcohol and doing stuff like that. If like I'm going to somebody's house and they're hosting something, I may bring alcohol, not for me to consume, but it's generous to bring something. I could also bring food, but I mean, alcohol is kind of like the adult thing to bring, but I may not drink any of it. Nobody may drink any of it. It's just bringing it.
Right.
But I personally, like at my house, if I'm hosting something and I don't have any alcohol, don't bring any. I mean, I can have fun without it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I love fishing, but like if I didn't like fishing, and all my friends invited me, hey, let's go fishing. Shoot, I'd give a shot to fishing. I may even just sit there and talk. But
Right.
to me, I'm the kind of adult where alcohol doesn't have to be played.
Yeah, and I think that's what we can agree on, because I know almost everybody I hung out with high school is always
They're
drinking.
all fucking idiots.
Oh.
Everybody who was in high school, who went to our high school, they're idiots. And I look on Facebook, and I'm friends with most of you idiots, and I still think y'all are stupid. Just saying, if you're listening to this. Everybody else who didn't go to our high school, you're really cool people.
Everybody else. No, that's why I like hearing, because my little sister came over today. She was telling me about people, at high school, what they're doing now.
Yeah.
And I know there was one guy he's modeling now in California. And I just think that's what I think is cool about, like, I mean, everybody, I'm not judging. You have your own life, do what you want to do. But I think it's really cool when people get out of the state and go and branch off and do whatever. I mean, because what I'm used to is just, people graduating, still living in the same town, having kids, going back to the same school, and repeating. No judge here. But for me, I freaking hate that. I do not want to do that.
Even though I graduated and I moved off, I mean, I didn't move far, but I moved off. It really didn't matter. I know it sounds to you, you hate that. But on my end, it's after I left high school, and then I went to college, I started realizing I got to be tighter on my money. And I realized money does make this world go round, and I got to be smart about it.
Right.
And if I got to grow up in my hometown and buy a house there, in the long run, am I going to do more fun things with my life? Like where I live now, I mean, I like where I live now, and planning on moving soon. But I won't be moving far. But I know that if I move to this place, I have so much more opportunity.
Right.
And
I think that's the thing too, is having an opportunity where you move.
But if you move too far, you're going to spend too much of your time and money to where your opportunity was this in your mind, but when you get there, you now can afford very little. So I'm also a big person on, if there's something fun to do, don't live where the fun is.
Oh, exactly.
Like if Disney World, if you could live in Disney World, that would be hell. Because imagine as a little kid, you're like, I want to go to Disney World, and you go to Disney World, and you're like, it's amazing. But then when you stuck there, now you're like, every day you see the same thing. Now that's boring.
So now your getaway is like the country or something.
That's why the rich people are never happy, because they lived their life early, and now they have nothing else to live.
Right.
That's why they're waiting for something new. That's why they buy those expensive things, because they have nothing else to do.
I think I heard a saying too, where money makes the bad people worse and the good people better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I consider myself a good person, so I'm like, if you want to give some free money, just like, I'm like, hey, I'll do better.
What's that guy's name? Who's the richest man in the world?
Jeff Bezos.
Okay, I saw something the other day, and it made me think less of him, a lot less. To where now I hate him.
Dang, bro.
I don't hate him, but I don't like him anymore. He could end world hunger right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I remember we talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about it, and I now saw the numbers. I got to see it in front of me. If you can end world hunger and you're still one of the richest people in the world, you're a bitch. You're a fucking idiot.
Well, I hear though that like it's messed up, but it's just how the world works, where you have to have rich and poor to have the economy keep going.
I did also, and now this is where it kind of defends him, as I've heard that really he is worth that much and he has that, but he can't spend that because it's not his own money.
True. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I can't remember if the company ties in with that. I think Amazon is its own thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure about that.
Something about like he can't spend too much of one thing because it will reflect back. And like he has to keep it in the median, or if he spends all of it, it could come back and hurt him.
Dude, I mean, he bought a $260 million house. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was that. Like it was pocket change. He just, you know why he did it? Just because he could do it.
Man, now that's the thing. I wish I was that rich, but also, again, I wouldn't be able to be as humble as I am if
it's that'd be very difficult, dude. Yeah. I mean, because trying to think in his shoes, again, I don't know if this has happened, but I assume it does, where if I'm that rich, I'm always gonna have people coming up to me asking for money,
Yeah.
or people that's trying to be friends with me just for the money.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like if I'm like that, I don't know if I could ever really trust anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so it'd be kind of very difficult. And I even watched videos with Jeff Bezos when he did a magic trick with David Blaine.
Yeah.
And
He has that rich people laugh.
yeah, yeah. But all the other like rich white guys were all just laugh when he laughed. They were all
Kissing
like
his ass,
basically. And I'm like I don't know if like, can Jeff see this? You know, maybe. I mean, that's just me, my perception of watching this. So I'm not there. No idea.
Do you believe money can cloud the mind? Like, as in, like me, like I could go look at this drink, and this drink may be $3. Let's just say, and I'm thinking $3. That's kind of expensive for that drink. Maybe I can find something better that's cheaper. But him, it's like,
Oh yeah.
because I don't care. But then again, let's say that I needed money from Jeff. At any minute, he could give me $1 billion, and I could be a billionaire. And he lost barely anything.
Right. I mean, his wife took half,
Yeah.
and he's still the richest man in the world.
So, if you were in trouble and I had the money, and you needed a little bit of money to get by, and I go, no, you're good. I'm not giving you nothing. How does that make me look? That clouds my judgment of, I have all this money, I could be helping people, but what I'm doing is I keep investing it to make me more money, but I'm not really helping people. I'm making things that may help people, but in the like, what's the example? He can make a building. He can make a building that has all the food in it, but you got to go to that building to get it.
Right.
I can't go because I live too far away. You helped some people, not everybody.
Right. I mean, I guess he's doing something, because I could see, let's say, using Amazon as an example. It's like a tool. You know, he's not. I mean, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt is he's giving you Amazon. He's giving you a tool where he's not going to like just hand you money. He's like, here, have this. Yeah. Now, he's making it easier for people to access things. And I've seen America, I didn't realize how good we have it. But other countries is like when people try to, let's say for instance, they're trying to move to Japan. Yeah. If they didn't have Amazon, like for foreigners, I don't know how Japanese do it, but for foreigners, I've even seen some people, they try to move to Amazon. When some people,
I did hear about another guy who's rich, Elon Musk, and I've been listening to things he's doing. And
I like Elon Musk. A lot of
everything
people hate
he
him.
does, yeah, it's making him rich, but in reality, it's making this world better.
Right.
It's not making the people, it's making the world. And then I realized he has his own school. It's only like 5 or 6 kids in it. And he said that maybe like 4 more are going to start next year or this year coming up, or this year. But like what rich person's like, I'm going to make a school to help those kids? No, they're going to be like, I'll give them a MacBook Pro. What's a MacBook Pro going to do?
Right.
I mean, of course,
Elon,
I can Google anything and learn it, but
right.
You got to have somebody to help you learn that Google first.
Elon Musk, sometimes I feel bad for him because he has like, when he does interviews, he has like a lot of those like, I mean, I don't want to say they're dumb, but dumb people, where they're just like, if you can go to space and, fly, will you do it? And he's like,
duh. I think he's a normal person with money.
Dude, he's so chill. I mean, from what I've seen, and people, I think it's because he's so rich and all this stuff, people was like, how dare you do this? And I'm like, he's just a guy. Like when he tweets, people are like, how dare you? And he even memes, and I freaking love it. That's why PewDiePie likes him, and he brought him on for a video that he did.
Have you seen him talk about the simulation? Elon Musk 100% believes that we're in a simulation right now.
I mean, you don't know. Who's to know if we're right or wrong?
I mean, in your own special way, whatever your religion is, you kind of are in a simulation.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about perspective.
But he does, he legit, somebody asked him about, like, whenever he dies, or if he could answer, like, one question that no one could answer, but this one person could. I think his answer was, like, about the simulation. Like, why? Why are we in a simulation? Or, like, what's the trick to the simulation or something? And I'm like, this man is smart. Because, like, people would be like, oh, what's a color I don't know? Or what's this? He's legit, like, looking for the answers. To me, he's like if somebody like us got rich. He's a normal person who's fun. He legit he put a car into space. Like, most rich people are like, I'm going to build a monument that has a horse and a guy on it to symbolize freedom. This guy's like, I'm gonna shoot a motherfucking Tesla into the sky, and then we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm gonna make a flamethrower. Why? Because I can.
And then I'm gonna sell it to people who want a flamethrower. And then you know what? I want to make a car that lasts for a really long time and it saves gas.
Yeah.
Because we're running out of gas and we're all gonna die without gas.
And I've seen a lot of people. I mean, yeah, we're gonna run out someday.
Yeah, we're gonna run
But I've seen how with him is a lot of people hate on him. I mean, for different reasons, but one reason is because of change. They're like, oh, it's an electric car, you know, you need blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro,
Have you seen the Hummers that are supposed to come out that are electric? They go fast and they're strong. These electric cars are, back in the day when the electric cars started, we were all like, what a pussy. Why you have an electric car? Nowadays it's like, oh, if you don't have the Tesla, you're poor. You're poor.
bro,
And you're
I
this.
want a Tesla so bad. People hate the Cybertruck, but I thought it looked cool.
Shoot, I'll be happy with the first model of Tesla because shoot, what I'm driving right now ain't really worth it.
Yeah, I mean, and I definitely would like. I mean, I've seen so many videos of Tesla where you can do so much of anything on there. I mean, you can do a lot on gas vehicles too, but Tesla is like it's so more convenient. You always see a lot of wrecks with Tesla, you know, because people are like, I've seen one where somebody fell asleep at the wheel. Don't do that. But it's like it's safe, but it's like you still got to be aware. And they had one. People always do it on the news where there's a wreck, and then that's what I like about TikTok is they actually show you like really what happens too. Like they never show you on the news where I watched this just like a whole minute, like of a lot of different people not wrecking. Like there's this, like they're about to crash, and then
The
Tesla
saves them.
yeah, like he's like do 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 do, and like turns or goes like or
You see
stops.
the prediction that it does? Because it was one car that was going way too fast, and he was going to slam on brakes right behind the Tesla, but the Tesla saw it and corrected and moved forward at a greater speed so that when the car came up, it was going at equal, and the car was able to stop, and the Tesla was able to stop at the same time.
See, and just think how it would be in 10 years, man.
That person in that Tesla would have died. Would have probably died, or paralyzed for life, but the Tesla saved him.
See, I mean, but of course people have, like they're kind of scared because like what if, it becomes like
Hostile.
and and you like it controls you, it locks you in the car, and it won't do what you want. I mean, there's always something like that. I mean, I even watched a show one time where that did happen, but I mean, mistakes do happen, and it is what it is.
So
I mean, somebody is dying. I'm sorry, but
all this technology taking over to me is a good thing because it's going to end up helping a lot. It's going to hurt some areas. We got to go through a little bit of hurt to get through a betterment.
right. I feel like he sees like more of the future than a lot of people do.
I really think so. And like you said, there's people that are afraid of change.
Right.
Some change is good, some change is bad.
Right.
Just like this whole LGBTQ whatever crap. It was okay in the beginning.
But they start adding letters now. Z.
It's something like that.
I'm a
based on the
zebra, bro.
alphabet in a rearranged order.
We just offended half the population.
Sorry, but here's the thing. There are people who are part of the LGBTQ who can turn and go, yeah, our community is pretty stupid. Just like how I can look at my community and go, yeah, we're pretty dumb. Because to defend them, we have straight people who are trying to kill gay people. I don't think that's right.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're people, bro.
Yeah, everybody's a person. And now my thing is, I'm going to live my life how I want to. Like, people may not agree that I do drink. Like, we were talking about drinking. People may not agree with me drinking at all.
Right.
People may not agree that I drink energy drinks.
And you see, people would be offended for you just saying that because they're like, how dare you compare drinks to gay people, you know? And I'm like...
Here's the thing. I'm rooting for everybody at the same time. I may not give you what you exactly want, but I'm going to give you the attention you need.
Right.
And the attention you need is maybe me walking away.
Yeah, I think when I have an argument, people hate but they always take everything out of proportion, like what you're trying to say. It's like no matter what I agree in or disagree in, it's like that's just me. It's like anybody, whatever you do, like as long as it's not hurting anybody, I do not care.
And what's funny is
it's your own person. You can do what you want.
A lot of people are going to look at this and are going to go, oh, this guy is racist. This guy is against gays.
Oh, yeah. Probably a lot of people just said that about me. I'm like, I never even said this.
Never said it, but they're going to look at me. And the funny thing is in my personal life, they have no idea what's in my personal life. I could be gay. I could be. I mean, shoot, I could be. They don't know, and I'll never let them know because
Got
it's my
something to say,
business.
logo?
Maybe I'm gay, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because I'm doing a podcast, and me
I'm
being
just here to
gay,
talk.
me being straight, ain't gonna affect your life at all because you do what you want.
Right.
Also, I have friends that are gay,
Yeah.
and they're still my friends. I have friends that are black, white, Mexican, whatever. I'm dating a Mexican, so how am I racist? Oh wait, I own her.
And you're white.
I'm white and I own her.
And a male.
Dang it, I'm
Bro,
racist.
you already got 2 strikes against you.
Bro, two strikes. You know what?
Yeah.
Anime sucks. There we go.
Anime sucks.
Anime sucks. That
How'd you
means
get there?
because if it's not who you love, if it's not what you are, it's what you do. So I just hurt the community that loves. I hurt the community that is, meaning white or black or Mexican or whatever, and then I just hurt the community that does their own personal things. That's just like I mean I agree that this community we got things we got to fight for.
Yeah.
Just calm down with it. Like
Yeah,
anime people, I mean, I went to a Comic-Con and I just see some pretty weird people. We all agree we all know what a weeaboo is. We went and talked about this on an episode one time, episode 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah.
Go back and watch that episode if you want to know what a weeaboo is.
I have no idea what episode it was, but yeah,
I think it's fun, but I also think it's to an extent it's fun.
I mean, again, the people that are getting very offended over this, we're talking about. I mean, again, you can do what you want, okay?
We don't
just
care.
opinions. These are just 2 guys sharing our opinions, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you know what?
they might be trash.
And you know what? Our opinion doesn't even matter
Exactly.
at all because we're just really just talking. And really, the only time my opinion matters is if I was even doing anything. I'm literally sitting here doing a podcast, which means I'm not going to do. I don't care what you are or what you're doing. I'm not going to do anything about it because I'm just going to go home and play Xbox later.
Yeah, I mean,
I legit am going to go play Xbox with people who may be gay or black because they're probably better than me at the game.
I think it's the people that think that they tell you what, like, this is what you should believe in. This is what you should do. I'm like, man, don't tell me nothing.
Nobody's going to tell me what I am and am not going to do.
I didn't realize, like, the older I got, the more I realized, like, I remember that's why I always was like this, but, you know, as a kid, when adults doing all this, you're like, you're like shelter or whatever. You want to be mean because if you were raised not to, be disrespectful to an adult. But
I actually have an example of that at work. Because, like, when I was younger, I used to go to, like, I had these little rinky-dink jobs, like, small jobs. And, of course, you would have people who were making the equal pay you are. They're telling you what to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I've had a lot of those.
So, I went to my job. And I'm not old. I'm only, like, 24, right? Yeah, we're 24.
Gotta think about it.
And, of course, some of these guys are older than me. And they're like, hey, go do that. And I'm like, no. I've gotten to that point where I know what I am and am not going to do. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And they were like, hey, go clean that up. Go clean that mess up. I'm like, nah.
Right.
What are you going to tell me to do? Do it? You're not my boss.
Yeah.
If I go out on the street and somebody's like, sign my petition for vegans. Nah, I don't feel like it. Now, if I really wanted to, I would. If I had the energy. But most of the time, I just don't give a crap. I'm just trying to get my grogroceries, my bologna, and go home.
That's why I respect the people that don't get mad. They're like, oh, okay, move on to the next person or something like that. I mean, that's why I definitely realized I hate being told what to do. I mean, obviously, you have to in life, to be told what to do. But
and everything's toxic. Even my community, that I will say my community, I really don't have a community because I don't think I'm a part of anything. I just kind of live my own life. But, like, every community is toxic.
Definitely.
Everything.
Every fandom of a show.
Even, and I'm going to say this, I'm not trying to offend because I understand, even religion. You have places of religion like synagogues, churches. You have temples that are there only for money, which is very sad, very sad. And then you have places who are not about religion that are exploiting you to go against religion so that they can make money. It's all corrupt. That's why I just back up and let the world do its thing.
And I do my thing.
And I just am going to sit and I mean, like right now I'm on a diet and I don't care about anything. Like if somebody's like, oh, you're too fat. Well, that's for me to decide. I decided on my own I need to lose weight. Was I overweight? I have no idea. Right. Probably.
It's the thing when you start realizing that, like, because here's the thing. For an example, you're driving and
Yeah.
you're at a stoplight and there's people beside you. You know, most of the time people think they're looking at you, so you just like looking straight because you feel like they're looking at
Yeah.
you. But there are times when you actually look, like they're not looking at you.
Yeah, they don't
You
care.
know, they don't. Nobody cares. Okay, to an extent, nobody cares about you. I know that sounds really bad.
You know how mad I get sometimes whenever I'm driving and people like cut in front of me, and I'm like, oh, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll kick your ass.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they're in the other car. Today, that happened to me. I was going to Walmart. And yes, I go to Walmart because there's some people who don't. But I was pulling into Walmart, and I messed up. It was my fault. I was turning because I had to make an awkward turn and then a right turn real hard to get into the driveway to go to the Walmart parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard, and I had something in my hand at the time. I think it was it was something it was a drink I had just gotten. I didn't want to spill it, so I was turning, and the woman, I didn't turn my blinker on, so I had to turn and then turn real quick. Didn't have time to turn my blinker on, so I was turning, and as I turned, I see her getting her finger going, which meant fuck you. So she's sitting there doing that, and in my head, I'm like, that didn't hurt my feelings because I don't care. Because I mean, I see how mad I used to get in that car, and I'm like, if that bitch does something, I'll kick their ass.
Right.
I'm just gonna keep
See, that's
on
how you
driving.
know you're happy and content is when you don't get mad. You know, I mean, there's some people that just get furious in car traffic.
And I can admit, I did something wrong.
Oh yeah,
And you know what I'm gonna do? Probably do nothing. I'm probably gonna keep driving the same way I do. And you know what? Maybe I'll remember next time to turn my blinker on whenever I have the opportunity to.
right. I wish I had your attitude when I do that. When I know I messed up, I get pissed at myself, bro. And then I just get embarrassed at the same time. It's just like a weird feeling when I just like, oh, I hate myself right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain extents where I'll mess up and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I get over it quick because I'm like, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Even the richest man in the world, he has made a mistake. And
Even the guys with bad teeth at fireworks stands, they make mistakes. You know.
even people who make anime, whoever made Boruto, I mean, they make mistakes, and I'm pretty sure they know it.
Oh man, but hey, they're making that money though.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it.
But one that's not a mistake is
Jujutsu Kaisen.
We just watched episode 14?
Episode 13.
Episode 13 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Literally just watched it, and
Because this episode came out in last year. I think it was like a week ago.
today's the 6th, by the way, for us. Because when he said last year, I was like, man, I'm way behind.
Yeah, but they took a little break, which was good for us because we don't have a schedule in case anybody wondered. We usually do podcasts. Recently we've been doing like bi-weekly.
Yeah, time has been pretty tough lately.
Yeah.
With the new year coming and everything,
So I mean, bi-weekly podcast I think is good for us. I mean, that's not our schedule. It's just that's how it end up. So we try to do that. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But
most of it used to be weekly.
yeah, you see how long that lasted.
And we can, I mean, every now and then we can get some that are weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, but it's never going to get more than we're going to try to keep it bi-weekly.
You'll get at least 2 podcasts a month.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I like too is they took a little break, little holiday, Christmas, New Year break for Jujutsu. Better for us, you know.
really is.
But yeah, because the next episode comes out on the 15th, so we're looking forward to that. But let's talk about this episode.
This one was a continuation off of the last one because they were starting a fight with, and I forget his name. He's the one with stitches.
I don't even think he has a name. It's just that
The
curse.
soul guy.
Yeah, the soul guy.
Yeah,
But he doesn't do jazz,
no jazz. He's white.
is he? I mean,
He's
what-
really
yeah.
he's kind of just a mixture. I don't know what he is, but has stitches all over him. Good character. I kind of like his character.
I thought he would be a lot stronger, but compared to Sukuna, bro, Sukuna's just like
Sukuna just was like, you know what? I told you once, don't touch my soul. Now you did it again. All right, you gonna get hurt. But he did a pretty good episode. I mean, it wasn't a lot to go on, but it showed a little bit of the businessman's past.
Nanami. Yeah, I like that. He had he taught like some real stuff, man. Like
Yeah.
how life is.
Real life lessons. That's why he really became a
Jujutsu sorcerer.
yeah, but he always says he hates Jujutsu sorcerers.
Oh yeah, he's like they're crap or something.
He's kind of like a partial. I don't know what he is, but he's good. Whatever he is.
Yeah, he's still cool. I wanted to see him go out because he took off the freaking glasses, bro.
Yeah, and at that moment, it kind of got ruined because Yuji jumped in. Yuji broke through the
domain expansion.
They really went ham on this guy. They really did.
Yeah, dude.
Almost killed him.
Yeah, he's like, is this death? And it reminded me of like when his sounds he was making, like getting punched, and reminded me of Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. And then that death symbol reminded me of One Punch Man when Saitama is about to punch Genos. It's like you see, it's like death.
This episode was very needed. It wasn't a lot of information wise, but what's his name is still dead. The guy who
oh yeah, Rip. See, I forgot his name already.
Man, he's dead to me already. Dang.
Yeah, but that's because since we because this is Jujutsu really feels like that show that's better binged.
Yeah.
But since we're doing weekly, like I tend to forget what happened, and then it started off as literally the first shot was him dead, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
But at least it made us remember real quick though.
Yeah.
Like that's where we're happening. But yeah, it was definitely a continuation of the last episode.
Yeah.
But with Nanami, because they after the fight, they were showing his backstory, and what happened after that? I can't
after
remember.
his backstory, that's whenever he was about to go ham on this nameless character, and that's whenever Yuji popped into the domain.
Oh yeah,
because he was ready to
kill him.
He had nothing to lose, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that part when he was saying the bad guy, the Stitches guy. He was saying that he wants to kill like Yuji's like souls again, like his soul again. I'm like, wait, so he killed it before?
Unless it's like a because you have to think Sukuna is trying to keep Yuji alive in a way. So if you destroy Yuji's soul, you killed Yuji. But I guess you could say that Yuji and Sukuna's soul is intertwined. So you really can't kill the soul. You can only kill his portion. Which may be why he's talking about in the end, Sukuna's going to take over. The more he hits Yuji's soul, the stronger Sukuna gets.
Because that's his vessel. And that's why Sukuna won't have Yuji die, because this is a vessel that can hold him.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how, like, I thought this guy was really strong. And just seeing how Sukuna easily knocks him out of his domain expansion. It just shows how strong he actually is. And that's not even, that was like what? How many fingers did Yuji, like 3?
I think he's only 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, so just thinking how many, and then how many fingers he'll have, and then again, Gojo could beat him.
Really? I mean, it's getting to where you're seeing everybody get stronger and stronger. You're seeing Yuji learn more that's surprising everybody.
Yeah, dude, he's actually like he's growing more. I can definitely tell.
Fast.
Yeah,
and he's learned. Like, I think this episode he talked about he actually had to kill a human being.
Yeah,
and they weren't really like. I mean, in my opinion, they're not really humans. They're just transfigured people that.
Yeah, they were humans, but they're not anymore.
And he had to kill them. And I think he took it the hard way. He's trying to figure out what a meaningful death is. Yeah. And that's kind of where it ended, is him trying to figure out what a meaningful death actually is.
Because he, like, it ended like a season finale or whatever, but he was like, went up to Nanami and Gojo. I like just the little parts about the little details when Nanami decided he wanted to become a Jujutsu sorcerer, and just that he calls Gojo and says, "Want to talk about it?" Then he's like, "Why are you laughing?" or something. Yeah, and I just like that's Gojo's personality.
It's just funny.
Yeah, I mean, he sends them, drawings of dicks and starts laughing, and
they're two completely different people.
Totally different.
This guy's all about business and like ethic, and this Gojo's just like, I don't really care.
Yeah, Gojo like does what he wants. I mean, I guess you can when you're the strongest.
Yeah, but we do have at the ending of this episode, we got a sneak peek into the next episode, and it actually has nothing to do with Yuji, Sukuna, or anybody. Yeah. This is the
exchange event.
So we're going to start seeing some new characters.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
What are they, 3rd or 4th years?
Yeah, I think that's the 3rd years.
3rd years.
Or was it the 2nd too? I can't even freaking remember.
I can't remember.
I know. So the 1st years is Yuji and Megami and the other girl.
Yeah.
2nd year
is Panda.
So it is the third year. It's
Yeah.
the third year, not the fourth year.
So it's the third year, and we're going to see some pretty strong characters. And
From
remember
other
in Hunter x
schools.
Hunter, the old man who
Yama. I was thinking Bleach. Netero.
Netero.
Yeah.
There's a Netero looking guy.
Yeah.
Who is in this, and you think about it, there's always a Netero.
There's always
been-
but here's the thing. They're always old men, but they're always really strong.
Yeah, there always are. And there's a Netero looking character, and I kind of had Hunter x Hunter flashbacks when I saw him, but
Dude, I can't wait. Just to, since I read a little bit of the manga, I don't remember much, but I do remember the old guy going out, and I can't. You won't expect this, but I can't wait for you to when they animate it because I can't wait to see your reaction and you talk about it.
Oh, God.
Manga readers know what I'm talking about, but it's epic. It's pretty lit.
I'm pretty excited for it, honestly.
Yeah, the next episode. That's honestly the anime. They're doing good with it. This episode though, the animation's still good, but some of it I felt like was kind of lacking, like in the fight moment. Because
I
one
do
of the
agree. They kind of, in my opinion, they animated more of the villains' actions in a way. They didn't really focus on the heroes at all. They did have some decent animations, but they weren't like they were spectacular in their own way, but they weren't for the moments we thought they were going to be for.
Right. Well, I'm sorry, the animation was like subpar, but I think it was more the art because one of the shots was when they had the nameless guy in the back, and you could definitely tell it was CGI.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, they did that in Kimetsu, but it was like good CGI.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like I could tell, I'm like, but I mean, it didn't really take me out of it fully, but I still was like, And then
Yeah,
some
you
of
can see it.
Yuji's faces too, when he like jumped up with Nanami, about to fight the guy too. I was just like, you
can see it.
but it didn't ruin the episode.
No, not at all.
Most of it was really good. I mean, and to really keep this like anime going and make it really good while the company's doing Attack on Titan and they're going to do Chainsaw Man. Kudos to you, you know.
good.
But I oh, this is going to be interesting. But guess what was just on the news? Not on the news, but like on Twitter.
Oh, what's going on?
All right, so it's about Jujutsu.
Right.
Everybody knows that's been on there and knows what I'm talking about or about to talk about. But the official translator of the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen got arrested,
What?
and now they have a new translator translating Jujutsu Kaisen.
Man, these people always getting arrested.
Yeah, but you want to know what to get arrested for?
Child molestation.
He's a pedophile.
Dang.
He was buying child porn and distributing it. And I've talked to this dude. I've DM'd him before, and I've always felt off about the guy. Not gonna lie, they had a lot of. He's like big friends with other translators and people online and stuff. But I've always like about the guy because he's just like, I mean, I don't want to say he's like overhyped guy because there's nothing wrong with that. He's just like always hyping it up, but he's just always felt a little off. Just like I'm like I don't know about you, dude. But. And then I'm like, well, I guess I have a good suspicion because dude's a pedophile.
Dude.
But guess what? It doesn't end there, dude. Found out that I don't know if Viz or them not doing background checks when they hire these people. But Viz is awesome, but this guy, bro. Unless he was hiding it well. But anyway, apparently he went to Japan as an English teacher before, and he got arrested there because he put cameras in elementary school bathrooms.
Okay. Okay, it's funny. Not funny. It's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Like, I don't think anybody in this world would argue with me and be like, "No, that's okay." No, that's wrong. And why do all these anime people? Why are all of them just like, "Hey, you know what? Let's just grab some kids and look at them." What the fuck?
Dude.
That's disgusting.
It's so disgusting, man.
Have fun in prison. Have fun. I hope you're watching this and you subscribe. And I hope you throw some money our way too, and we'll let the whole child molestation thing go. No, we won't. But
no, dude. I don't know what's up with people and just pedophiles, bro. Like Here's the thing. Even people still try to be like, I'm not reading Jujutsu anymore. I'm like, dude, it's a freaking translator.
Yeah.
It's not even his work. You know, he was just helping. You know, bring it over here. But they got a translator quick, like real quick. I think the only thing like people like that were upset, like people that really liked him, was he was very passionate about the work. Yeah. And I mean,
he was passionate about other things too.
Yeah, a little too much. And here's the thing. We said at the beginning of the podcast, you know, we don't care what you do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. I said that. But this thing, that's a big step over the line. Like you went over to another state.
I mean, I know we talk about. I mean, we really don't actually, but sometimes we'll have like some political views that are to us, and I mean, I know some people get offended. We don't mean to, but in this topic with child molestation, child pornography, stuff like that, with this. I will go ahead and say that's unacceptable.
Oh, I
mean, it's not. I'm not going to stop watching Jujutsu Kaisen,
right?
Because it can go on without him, and he's not really now. To me, he's dead. To me,
yeah, I mean, you never even knew about him. You didn't read the manga, so
didn't care.
That's
not
right.
A fan.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, I just don't understand that. I'm like, bro, because kids. They don't know, and that's the reason why it's bad. It's like they can't they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even if
that's why you need adults.
Right.
Unlike him, who can teach kids, hey, this is wrong. But he's teaching kids the wrong thing. Now these kids are going to grow up and they're going to go, that was me.
Yeah.
That's what I had to go through. And that by itself is just hell wrong for that person. And for the moms and dads who now have a child that went through that, what are they thinking about themselves if they let that happen?
It's different, though, in America. Because in Japan... there's I don't know if you ever heard of the anime Toriko or the manga Toriko.
I think so.
He's doing another manga now called Build King. But he did something illegal that was with like kids, and
always.
But they forgave him, and now he's back with another manga. And there was the guy that made Ronin Kenshin. Mm-hmm. He got arrested for possession of child porn, but in Japan, apparently, I don't know what it is. It's like having child porn. You just it's like a slap on the hand, and you come back. And he's back with another manga. But here's the thing: in America, they're just like canceled. But in Japan, they're like, we'll give you another chance.
What
would you do though?
If I'll use In Progress podcast videos as an example.
Okay.
If we had in our crew, if we had a crew member who was caught with that. To me, that would put a bad taste in my mouth for whoever's watching our content, because whoever's watching our content does not need to see or even think that we're involved in that stuff. I would not, even if he served his time in prison and he wants to come back. I don't think so, because I don't want to risk a child being hurt or worse.
I mean, no matter what they get caught, it's still a bad name on us.
And even whenever you're caught, that stays on your record for life. I watched the thing on TikTok. I mean, I know it's TikTok, but there's some real things on TikTok. They talk about what happens in prison to these guys. They're kept in special cases by themselves. Like when you're on the bus to go into prison, everybody's sitting on a seat except for the pedophiles. They're in a glass case where you can't touch them.
Jeez.
Because they know they'll die. And when they get to prison, it's announced what they did. So that whenever you get in prison, literally even the worst people imaginable in prison look at them and go, you're dead. You're dead. The guy who robbed banks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're golden compared to the guy who molested a child.
Right. I think it's bad that they, robbed and killed, but I mean, in a way, I think it's kind of funny how they all team up and go against the guy that, was a pedophile.
Yeah. Because I know
he's definitely getting butt raped right now.
Definitely. Hope you have fun. Hope your anus is as big as this. Hope you shit a brick. But anyway, there's me personally protecting kids from that is a big thing. Because I don't think I could live with myself if I could have helped and it happened. I don't know what I would do. And if I was a parent to a child that happened to, I don't know what I would do. How do you stop and go, oh my gosh? Because I know I've seen kids in my day who don't have good lives, but there's some kids like kids don't get to choose their life. Their parents basically have to pave a path for them to start out in. And whenever a parent is trying as hard as they can to pave a path for them to grow up, and then something like that happens, you feel like you're a failure as a parent. That kid's now got to live with that. There's some people in this world who don't want kids and who despise kids, but we can all agree that a kid is a harmless little thing that doesn't need that kind of stuff.
They can be very evil, though.
Yeah,
but
they can be very.
That's why you
evil.
got to raise them right.
And that's honestly what kids need is protection.
Right.
Because
I mean, that's why you got to stop having dads going out and getting milk and never coming back.
Yeah, I will. My dad did that. Never met my dad, and you know what? I'm a fucked up piece of shit. But I don't
you know,
really
yeah,
care.
some people have like because they're strong enough. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some people are, and I'm not trying to say if you don't have a dad that you're weak. No, some people take it very differently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all everybody's different.
But there are some dads out there who are ready to have kids just for that wrong purpose of that, and that's disgusting. That
guys, pedophilia is bad. In case you didn't know that.
bad. And also, if you create voiceover, do whatever for anime, stop watching child pornography and get a life.
Or if you're doing anything, as long as it's just don't do like watch child pornography. I guess.
There's a lot of other porn out there.
Yeah, like legal stuff.
Legal. I mean, shoot, children? Are you stupid? Like, damn.
I mean, some of these adults act like children. But I mean, yeah, I didn't mean to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we got way.
Bro, this podcast has been something else, man.
It has. So,
to wrap up the Jujutsu though, sorry for the Jujutsu fans get a random pedophile conversation in that they're just like, what the frick? I came here for anime. Like, what's going on?
yeah. Well, now you know what goes on behind the anime.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
Be careful.
That's why I like talking to people in the industry and stuff,
Yeah.
because I've got some of those moments where I got to see what happens behind the scenes, and I'm like, it like here's me just like chilling in my house, and I'm like talking to these people, and I'm just like ooh hoo hoo, like the juicy details,
Yeah. Dude, we should have a section behind the anime.
What do you mean?
Like, we have, like, if there's a topic of an anime we know, we can find out more descriptive detail about it, and we'll have a section dedicated to what's going on behind, or what, like this.
I mean, I don't know everything, bro.
We could be like talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, and then
I know what I know.
like behind the anime. This is what creators are doing. He's a pedophile. He's going to jail.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I mean that freaking manga Actage, one of my favorite mangas, and the freaking author groped middle school girls, and now he's in jail. Let's see how what happens. If he's good, watch him like get out early.
That's what is so daggum crazy is you have these disgusting people who go to prison and they're like, I'll be out soon. They know they will, and they will get out soon. If I was a major company, and let's say he was the best translator in the world, and he just molested a child, I would say you're never invited back again, because you knew the wrong.
Right.
And we all know in this world, we all know that that's wrong. Like, that's a big no. Like, we grow up knowing that's wrong.
Right. I mean, it's like, I would feel like if you had common sense, you would know.
Yeah, but these people think because that's that thing. It's something they're not supposed to be doing that makes them feel like that. And they're helpless kids, and that's what makes them so nitty gritty with that. And they want to do it because you have to think, guys who do anime, guys who like voiceover and stuff, they're probably not the best looking or best whatever in the world. So they think
voice actors are good looking right now. Like, frick, man.
Now there are some voice actors that are amazing looking, but they're not pedophiles. But usually the pedophiles look kind of freaky.
See, that's the thing too, is there's always shady stuff going on, which is it's crazy. But I mean,
no movie has anything perfect. I mean, even what was it, Mulan? There's a whole bunch of like, what was it with the Mulan? The main actress was going through a whole bunch of like,
because I don't like China. Okay, I'm sorry, I said it. The freaking at least the government, okay, but like, dude, like with the woman that played Mulan, I hear like she has to side with, because there's that Hong Kong thing going on, and last year
the riots and stuff.
Yeah, and she says she supports the police, and people hated her for it. But I feel like I don't know her, but I feel like a lot of that was because she said that because of the government. Because if she like went against the government, dude,
they would have cut her.
There's some famous actresses in China that when she spoke up, She just disappears, and then magically her account comes back, but it
Yeah.
does not sound like her anymore.
You know, that actually happened in the Spanish culture. I can't remember what her name was. I'll have to ask later, but there was someone in the Spanish culture who was famous, very famous. And then one day, it's just like everything was fine, then dead, gone. And it was a murder. And like, it happens a lot because once you decide to step that border, they'll just kill you off, and they'll use your name to make themselves rich.
Dude, I didn't realize Mexico, if that's what the country you're talking about with Spanish, I didn't realize how dangerous it
It
is.
is very, very dangerous.
Like I even, I think I asked Siri, I don't know what I was doing. I was like, "What's the dangerous like cities in the world?" And the first three were like Mexico. I'm like, "Bro,
They're crazy, but you know, like international waters and stuff like that. Like, you can do almost anything in international waters, and you won't get caught because like there's no one there. Like once you're out in international waters and you look around, there's no land and miles and miles and miles. You're kind of like
that person's screwed. Who get killed?"
That's why I'll never go on a boat and fly to the moon somehow. Yeah,
Elon Musk, he will find a way.
no, it was Lonely Island.
Oh, I was actually just thinking about that, but I was just like maybe that's an old joke. Let me just talk
No,
about-
it's the sun somehow.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Just don't do illegal things.
Don't
Be
let
good.
your girlfriend call you while you're recording, or it messes it up. Don't mess with children.
Yes, and what else? Whatever we talked about in this podcast.
Stop being offended by everything. But if you are
Yeah.
offended, I don't care. It's your life. You can be.
Yeah, you can, but don't be a pedophile.
Yeah, don't be a pedophile. We all agree that.
Yeah, so that at least we can all agree on something, right?
Yeah.
Except for the pedophiles, they're just like,
Yeah,
"Frick."
yeah screw you,
No,
pedophiles.
yeah.
You know what?
Um,
Subscribe.
Yes. So anyway, guys, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening and watching. I like when you watch because you can see our pretty faces, but if you don't like seeing our pretty faces, I'm glad you're listening. I just gave us a compliment. I'm not that pretty, but this guy, look at him. Look at his beard and everything. I can't even grow a beard. That's all I can do. Freaking, I'm white.
Yeah, it's called
means-
progress.
Yeah, I'm progressing. My beard's progressing.
We're progressing, so let's all progress together, people.
I'm done. This is our I don't know if this will be our longest podcast because our season finale of season 1 we did like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But this one would be pretty close, if not.
This will be our first one of the year.
Yeah. So happy 2021. May this year go well.
And thank you for progressing with us with another year of In Progress.
See you guys at the next podcast. Peace. God, I hate this one too. Oh, great.